Or we can even, let's say we want to leave a little bit of it left, and we can go with a nice fade up until here. So let's fade off to there. So when you're watching this, drag it back over and watch it. We start with a nice little zoom in. Can't see the, well, I guess you still can't see the hypercam thing. If you wanted to change that, it's really easy. Just click back on the pan and crop thing and fix it. Oh god, he protected his items. If you wanted to be funny, you could zoom in on that, and but whatever. I'm not that mean to people who can't type. We're going over. We're back to my inventory. Clicking on the ice blitz. We're going down. What else? What else? All the way down. Coming back. We're gonna start going over. The problem with this one is this one kind of took a little bit. If this were a quicker clip and the pans were a lot faster, then this would be better. But we're spending a little bit too much time away from the fight, so this would get more boring actually than just sitting there watching the fight. So I mean, the main thing is that you don't just watch them. You have to go back and like test them out again and make sure they still look good. So here I just smited off all his prayers. So, the fight's gonna be over pretty soon. Nice slow zoom. One blitz. I come in, and he's gone. So goes from there, and I get a nice little fade, and there you go. That's panning and cropping basically. One other thing that you can do with panning and cropping that's really it's nice, but you can probably figure it out on your own. Let's just take this clip, just completely going with the flow here. Use the mouse, roll out with the mouse, the wheel on your mouse, unless you have a Mac mouse, in which case you probably can't. But the same thing you used to zoom or to scroll up and down on pages with, you can zoom in and out. So if you're going to be doing what I'm going to be doing, you want to be zoomed out a bit. Zoom in so you can, you still have this in here. When you move this over the circle, you'll notice that this thing changes right here. Changes cursors again. Click it and drag, and you can move this in circles. You can do, again, 0, 0 doesn't start until out here, so any changes we make now is how it's going to be when it actually starts. If you wanted the clip to start with it, 90 degrees sideways, whatever, it's your video. You can go, we'll go back to here. I mean, if you want to get back, just hit restore. But, this is, I mean, a lot of people, not as much anymore, actually. It's kind of surprising that people don't anymore. But a lot of people used to use, let me find where I kill him. If I kill him. Yeah, I did, obviously. I wouldn't even have this in the video if I didn't. Right about right here. See, well, this doesn't really count. But this was still a really exciting kill, because I had, like, I think 4 HP, something like that. It was pretty low. Click that, and let's restore that. So out here, if you wanted to show where I could kill him, let's go like that. Maybe. We'll go off to the side. Well, we'll zoom a bit first. There's no point in shaking from out here. Let's zoom so we're... Wow, that was perfect. Basically, zoom in so you're right over this over here. We'll go like that. Clip right next to it. We'll go over there. Clip right next to that one. Gonna go over again. I mean, I hit a 4, so this really isn't something to show off here. But, like, I had 2 HP, so if I wanted to, I could go right after this. I could recenter it, shrink it down really small, and bring it over to here to show my, 2 and 8 prayer. That's nice. So when you're watching this from back here, it's probably not gonna, I mean, wow, this looks, what the hell did I do? Oh, I know why. Cause the keyframe here is when it was sideways. So if we restore that to the beginning, then we come over to where it's, oh, yeah. Long story short, it's because there's a keyframe here, and I mean, I don't know if anyone actually remembers, but I said not to put the keyframes too spaced out. That's why, because it won't take this as a really fast, shake back and forth. It'll take it as a slow zoom sideways. So I should have just kind of had the camera shake on something kind of random. But like if I did it right here, I don't care. You get the idea. Move it back and forth, and that's about it. That's basically it for panning and cropping. Uh, the next thing I guess is masking. Masking, I mean, is one of the reasons why Sony Vegas is worth $600. It's a huge thing. I'm gonna just close out of this. I'm gonna open my fifth video. I guess one of the benefits of being a subscriber is that you get to see my videos in advance, if that means anything to you. Um, this one happens to have a really good, uh, shows off masking pretty well, I think. Basically what I did is that this clip, if I were to take the mask off, it's just a random clip of us basically running around. But I watched it again, and I was kind of watching the minimap, just cause. And I noticed that while I was watching this, in the minimap, you could see what looked kind of like a lot of people. It looked like we had a big team, because I think that was one of our bigger trips that we did. Uh, so, being the genius that I was, I decided I'd, try to mask it out, and it really came out looking, I think, pretty good. So basically with masking, it's kind of similar to pan and cropping. You click on the event pan crop button. What you were doing had to deal with the positioning of where you're going to position the thing. What you want to do is click on masking. Uh, from here, click on the anchor creation tool, and basically you add anchors around whatever it is you want to mask out. So you can mask out, I mean, just off the top of my head, you can mask out your minimap if you're with a team and you think that looks cool. Some things that get used a lot, they mask out, how much health they have left. So if you get down to just 2 or 3, I mean, perfect example, the fight I was having with Elite in that last clip where I was like, 2 health when I finally killed him and close to no prayer. That would be something that you could mask out. And what happens is you mask it out and you drag it over to the side of the screen. And I'm sure if you watch a lot of PKing videos, you've probably seen where they're fighting someone and then you see they basically mask out. If it's something like that, you mask out your health and you put it off to the side, so you can be watching them both at the same time. If you're risking something big like a god sword, you can mask out your prayer and put that over there. If you drop down to like 0 right as you kill someone, that's obviously risking a ton. If you're running away from a team and your prayer, or I mean your run drops down to 0, you can put that on the side. Really just be creative with it. You can people mask out their inventories a lot, so you can see their, if you're going for like a huge combo type thing and you want to really show off the combo, you can mask that out, and just like, if the fight's here, you can just put this off to the side so they can watch exactly what you're doing. That's a really cool effect. I did it with the minimap, but whatever. Anyway, once you mask it out, you add the anchor points and you click in the middle, it'll get selected, everything else will go black. uh, so from there you're gonna want to go over to position, and it's like if you just did the masking and you closed it at that point, like, on a regular screen the minimap is like over here. Uh, Minimap is over here. So if I just left it the way it was, it would basically just be minimap over here and then the text over here. So what you do is after you get that, you find out where on the screen you want it to be, uh, and you use the positioning thing, the cropping and everything to move it over. I didn't even zoom in on this. Like basically how it was over here. So if you look at that, it's, again, it's all the way over there. But that's not what I'm going to close it and undo it. So basically what I did was I clicked on this and I just dragged it off to the right, and that moved this thing to the center of the screen. And once you have it masked out and you have this clip right here, you can make sure it's on a layer lower than what you want to put, and I put text right here. So you notice when it's playing, that's masked out, and you see what looks like, a pretty decent sized team. I've got our team name, our IRC chat, and then our requirements with light rays going through it. Light rays are really easy. Maybe I'll show you how to do that in another tutorial. But there you go. Then a nice little fade offset that ends perfectly with the text. So that's basically masking.